After you've beaten the game Far Cry 6, saved Yara from the tyranny of Anton Castillo, and after the credits have rolled, there's one super secret special scene that I think really cracks the entire franchise open. Before I go any further, here it is in its full glory.
Libertad thanks you for your support, and I come bearing good news. Our Ribeiro supply has tripled.
You know, it's so sad about that Castillo kid. I mean, what his papa did. Wow, that is crazy.
A tragedy.
Well, you know, some people are just sick in the mind, hermano. They're out of control.
Same time next week.
Oh, you can bet your life on it.
He's only labeled as smuggler in the subtitles, but that is unequivocally Vaas, the antagonist from Far Cry 3 that was much loved. Some people had speculated that it was possible that Vaas was actually Diego all grown up. That doesn't seem to be the case in this story arc, but I did want to go over some instances in Far Cry 6 and in Far Cry 3 that might bring this story together. First of all, Vaas is getting shipments of the drug Viviro, which we established in Far Cry 6 was the miracle drug that was used to create a cancer-curing treatment. But we find out if you use the active ingredient PG-240 in high enough doses, it creates a hallucinogenic and often dangerous side effect. In one very key scene in the game, we are attacking the doctor who is creating this wonder drug, and this is what happens. I want you to think and see if this looks familiar at all.
Feeling in the well is the sensation of slowly parting skin with my scalpel.
Which one of you is real?
Orphans make the best. They are so eager to please, and no one cares if they die.
You're fucking dead! You hear me?
To have my hand inside you.
There!
I'm not finished my work!
See you in hell.
If you can't place it, it looks eerily familiar to the final scenes that you have with Vaas in Far Cry 3 after he stabs the protagonist with this magical sort of infused dagger, and you're trying to kill versions of him that's exhibiting the same sort of, or at least very similar, red misty fog, which I think opens up a crazy amount of possibilities. Does this mean that the timelines of this entire game franchise are a little bit wonky? I mean, there have been hercs in almost every game for thousands of years, if you consider Far Cry Primal. Is it possible that Vaas actually came to Yara and that the events that occurred in Far Cry 6 were really a prequel to what happened in Far Cry 3? I think that's a possibility, but there already is some really established timelines from that game. The other really interesting point, we learn earlier in the game that Juan was actually selling and doing this dead drop smuggling of Viviro to the CIA. Is it possible that Vaas is in fact a CIA agent and had been for maybe the duration of the game series throughout? It also could be just a very simple, straightforward connection into the season pass material, where we actually will get to play as Vaas and the other main antagonists from the different games. That same sort of red fog is in that DLC as well. But I do like the idea that perhaps this is a prequel, or more interestingly, that Vaas did escape the events that happened in Far Cry 3. It wasn't very clear what happened with his death and if he really passed away. It seemed to happen in that same sort of mystical realm. You didn't see his body, you couldn't go back into that area. What if he was able to escape that island, and eventual Far Cry experiences will have more insanity of Vaas with the same sort of drugs and hallucinogenic effects that we've seen before? What do you think this all means? Does the prequel theory have legs, or do you think maybe we're going to see Vaas moving into the future?